I am looking forward to a debate with John Mahama on the economy, on the country, on the governance. But I'm afraid that he's running away from a debate, isn't it? Right? He doesn't want to debate. But he doesn't want to debate because he knows I will expose the emptiness of his policies.
Interesting to know that what we know
for our economy that he cannot explain is as empty as an empty barrel. He cannot explain it. None of his people can explain it. They say they will be exporting lions and elephants. But when we meet mano a mano, we can debate and the country will see where our policies lie. And that is where we should go. We should give the country an opportunity to listen to us. But if he chooses not to debate, I will continue to sell my policies to the people of Ghana and you will take the decision.
This in perspective, because sometimes people don't quite get. I want to share some data with you to put this in perspective, because sometimes people don't quite get what we are doing. Say, oh, Vice President is launching an app, it's sort of like an app. What has that got to do with the economy? Then you look at a company like Uber, which is an app for ride hailing, right? What is the value of Uber? I checked yesterday the most recent value for Uber, this app. That is $163 billion. $163 billion US dollars. That's the value of Uber. What is Ghana's total GDP, the total value of our economy? Ghana. What is Ghana? $75 billion. The total value of Ghana's economy. 75 billion US dollars. Uber, one company, has a value of $163 billion. Twice the whole of Ghana's economy. From one app, they've built a value of $163 billion. And you still don't, in this fourth industrial revolution, you must understand the link between digitalization and the economy. One app is generating a value of 163 billion. You ask about Microsoft, which just builds apps. Microsoft, the value of Microsoft, as of yesterday, was $3 trillion. One company. $3 trillion. That is 40 times the value of Ghana's economy. One company building apps. Because you are in the fourth industrial revolution. If you don't join it, you're going to be left behind. This is where the world is going. Apple is worth $3.5 trillion, 46 times Ghana's total economy. One company. Because they are building apps that we are all using. Even Airbnb is worth 85 billion US dollars. More than Ghana's economy. From one app. Just one app that they are making the money. So as you enter the fourth industrial revolution, you are either going to be the developers of these apps or the users of these apps. And we have to make that choice. If you want to empower your local economy and be a full participant in the fourth industrial revolution, you have to be developing many of these apps. So today, I'm very proud to be able to have played a part in getting us to this point. But this is the thinking behind Ghana card behind mobile money interoperability, digital address, and all of that, Ghana.gov, and all of that we are doing, health and so on, that we are going to have to make sure Ghana is not left behind in this digital revolution that we are seeing. And we need to see more local empowerment in this space.
abusiamfo ene Ghana a mowo wiase amansan nyina mo a mowo Germany mechia mo Italy fo Canada fo America fo UK fo Australia fo wana wawo Ghana man mo ankasa mechia mo nyina ma mo nyina kwa basonko head ba RAZ Media GH so me be my na your first time our platform we so a wo home modern say obey den obe subscribe e wo channel we so say the be ya be a life no obey one of the first people to have the notification say yaba life abusu ene me life na maba na very 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 simple aye two things ene ye be kasa for free education ho the Minister of Education the interview no ye no ya pass on kama and na yebebo na ye interact to it efra no achi no the NDC propaganda about Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is the president that has borrowed more than every other president in this republic no yebete to e de akire mo say some no mo ka no enye no kore Santro no muguso omudi no enye no kore enti first of all ye be di kan at saa how na free ho say Nana Addo nye the first president wabobosia ewe the fourth republic the person that has borrowed more than every enye no kore da ye be kire mo why ene ewia na ye de ye wia panyini the Minister of Education ne 1 hour interview no ye de aba na enimu nyina interact with it. Yes, utimi twerɛ comment na yakan amore fefefe utimi fresim na wakyerɛ wadwen. That is what we are going to do. This is our project. But edikan mamenchi atiefo phobia member TV phobia member me mo akwa aba mewia. You're welcome. Phobia member TV another platform very powerful one on the social media, YouTube and on Facebook. Boy numere bia European time 10:30 ukoha eja edem. Then the yen say ye bo Dr. Alhaji Mahama Bawumia one Dr. Napo omo achidom ama omo aba beye mpainfo ombedi oman Ghana anim ewo any affairs in the world. Antiphobia member, Mamu Remfree, Momen Chakwana Mumforo. No. Yeah, very powerful platform. Dansu Ebenezer, Mia German fresh burger. I would already cook for yay. Dansu Ebenezer, champion EDY. We were called a champion. The new young boy, the new young burger. German sad burger to Germany burger. And you had the kit one. Sebevre. Actually. Samson we about SKB TV, another powerful platform. Onokurano. Miwie ya ono so beka jagum. SKB TV ewo Facebook, esanso ewo YouTube. We na chia kwan na mo ne no eni nkita wo so na muntie ni shows. He makes a lot of sense in the things that he talks about. Ehamom RAZ Media se the mani kan kire mo no. Yesanso another platform on Facebook your friend Kennedy Japan Junior. And also RAZ Media on Facebook, but and maybe binti yanko life on social media, Facebook, there also your social media, YouTube, and I'm binti. Yeah, Abusia, the show no barber shasi na where Emmanuel Afiakwa Me ma wonso akwaba. Osi good evening, boss. Good evening to you. Fantastic Phobia member. Fantastic Phobia member TV. Abusianfo, me da bia me ba na my country say it through 7th December. All what you have to do is to search for Dr. Alhaji Mahama Bawumia on the ballot box. Order number 1, very easy. Ehun here say fei na okọ kenkan akọ number 7, say number 8 yo, say number 9 yo, say dey adwene ho a yenhu. Sa papa bi no say yenim number kro mo de be man because de eto ye maame akuadonko nyankopon fa ne kra sie, such a powerful woman. Amane madema bi abesisi o ballot paper box no so a we cannot determine which number and a sa papa ba akono obekwa akoda. But Dr. Alhaji Mahama Bawumia only doctor na podi enim say ofa ballot paper na die di kan box na di kan say de hu no machi hayi eno asa na tie odo say see so na say why adwuma pa no e de ama NPP ama Dr. Alhaji Mahama Bawumia no de shisha papa sabio the boss ankasa the man himself Nana Adodankwa Akufo Addo edi amano nkyerɛkyerɛ odi amano ti papa odi amano ahobrɛaseɛ ne ntoboaseɛ a Dr. Alhaji Mahama Bawumia nso nyaaye edi tra ne boss wachi etie no mana kyerɛkyerɛ na adwuma ne yie no de saa nnwuma ne nyinaa yɛden abɛtoa nso amaye Nana Adodankwa Akufo Addo ne nnwuma pa ɔyɛ no bi so mfasoɔ ne free SHS Nana Addo ne nnwuma pa ɔyɛ ne bi ne tema highway rehabilitation Nana Addo ne nyuma po ye ebie ne se ye to electricity wo ye phone so e wo fie ye electricity ye credit sa enye afei na wo kɔ nante akɔ office ba bi uti fie ana wa ye den na wa to credit na light ne dem panyan Nana Addo nyuma po de abagana ne bi ne se drip machines e gu every district ele akura bi akwan eye kama a ye dwi so Nana Addo ni nyuma pa odi buy ne bi ni one district one factory ekumfi juice yes Kasa Europa oba brekum from a half area but the tea tomatoes all these are the initiatives and the good jobs of Nana Addo nyuma pa odi buy bi ni TVET technical vocational technical vocational and technical vocational training schools the yesisi were across the country yede kire the youth nsano juma omunsu anyuma na omo ankasa meye owners of themselves na omuntumi nsanso employer amanfo so omunya juma mo omo no that is one of the benefit of Dr. Nana Adodankwa Akufo Addo enka chibiem yesanso was STEM schools science STEM schools so yes see across the country are visible at everywhere you are obia nim say STEM schools are bu e Ghana ni nyina na Nana Adodankwa Akufo Addo nyuma pa ne bi the 47 regional hospitals na across the country no ni nyina ya Nana Adodankwa Akufo Addo na nyuma pa ne bi the agenda 111 na no say 111 district hospital across the country omuguso omosina ni nyina no Nana Addo adwuma ne bi ambulance one district one ambulance and then so Nana Addo adwuma ne bi enti no nyuma pa say wo ho dia na ne na wo say ye boy ye homoden na ye to abapa na ye nya ni papa so ba bedi Nana Addo achi na watumi implement more and more efficient policies ebetumi ama oman no emutra no ayemre ediama omaimano. That is what politics and elections is about. Elections and yet cyber. Yankoto aba because obi a tribe. Say me Bruni na standing team koto aba man. Yes, na yeto aba. Ukwa koto aba a moment udu decide your future. A moment udi decide why ne bejina wa naimu elbabia wu ankasa untumi ko jina hobi. It is not about a tribe, about the competence of the person. It any tribe asem, and any religious issue. Say be a Romani, enipa obabegyina ne Roman ni ntene me so me koto aba ma Roman ni ba dabi. That is not the basis and reasons to vote. Sampa chomatimase. Adia ba ko aye very important going to vote any the character of the person. The character of the person. The trust in the person. The honesty in the person. The competency of the person to hold that position that you are going to give to the person. That is what matters. Enti emfa ho ne babia nipa no firi. Emfa ho ne soma wosom. Emfa ho ne kasa oka. Emfa ho mpo the political party a wofirim. So you're competent in kwade a obetumi ato abama na ode nkoso ene adepa aba wabrabom ama wonso abrabo no emu ayemre ama. Enti American for Dr. Alhaji Mahama Bawumia ama because Dr. na ye nipa waka ama ya tie ho asese oba na obedi Ghana konwa na energy a sese ye di jamframa gas ene generate a ne bo eden no obesesa no ama na ba be ya wia ye de wia ene be generate electricity wo Ghana ebe ma ye ho atoye ebe ma nkane abo abafom umpewe na opede doctor kan amayate ya ho asese so babedi Ghana so a obeboa ama the private sector are involved in the development agenda ekoso wo manum asechire ne se eniema ne bebre na aban ekeka gu ne ho so na ama aban no ni sikasem aye den because ontumi nya sika mfa anya de opese onye nyina no saa niema no obema private sectors no aye den aye na omu agi omu sika nkakra said de be ya burden no anase eka no emma meda oman no ana aban no komu na aban no ne ho be henhan no won sika semu na watumi anya bi e de aye niema bi a eno no ye essential e wo se ye ntumi nya ne free for the people in the country aseme na pese men kan kiro uba brochira highway enya aban dia say ya bind the kurampo na a private sector cooperation and I the building. Say enya aban na tini sika edikosi na mbome ye private man and a dini sika koyi ka kwan no. Owia na ode emfie be say dunum aduonu ato ka kwan no de agini sika na ode ekwan na ye den ama oman no. Say ena mo ye na brochire na msoma abrochire mpainfo abrochire aban ahodo no omo ho nha omo a omo tumi nya sika e de make sure say aduro ensa e hospital be ebebu hospital because sika na ebebo omo nsam no omo de ye nnuma na na ye aban na asede titire pa se wo se onya ye eniema bi ye essential ye kan essential eniema bi ase ni ho anipa untumi ntenase e ma nye ye enti doctor clear in mind on what and how he will make sure say the budget and the revenue na yebenya asomai no yes spending on issue on some nyema binoma private sector ebetum de ne ho agim na waboa ama oman no mpuntuo no akonanim doctor fancy ho a doctor aka asi superficial no no oba port ho na sabio John Dramani Mahama ene France broni pete no omakoye agreement for 35 good years yentumi nya hwe mfa ho no papa no so oba he will show his position as the president of the country in the sense he said obeye ne kiti de agina broni no so amone na ko agreement on duties ebeba port ho a obeye ne flat rate price no da ho. It is a spare parts 20 feet container a 20,000 a 20,000 in cedis in dollars. Sesabio force 20 feet container ni buonie and faho anytime that you come assign your fee and now be banner customs a bio container so na ye jo bribe na David or 6 near mano or masunina a chat. And what you know say even the tax system in the country kwanya aban fa so ojeje tax wo manum no Oba be simple at a frat was standard percentage. Nti hono he will make sure say nipa also nko tua to no eto ni tua no ebeye so simple ebeye so low say enipa na ankasa no ode ne pe na be ko tua eba ne sa enipa dom na be pe so metua omo tax na sabi omo anya problem wa ban mu enipa dodo na etua no na ama aman no nso ne nsa aka sika dodo so de beye den ebeye niema binum a ehun hia ema nipa dasani eye aban ne nhye so be guarantee e de ama yen ebi ne hospital beds ebi ne oxygen so hospital ne na asefo sa niema no de e ho sa aban ne ntumi guarantee emfame doctor asanyaka ama yate ho ase se obedi Ghana konwa no so a made in Ghana product no oba ba ne compulsory say sabio say government institution ekwa akototo niema e de abayade a first of all they must to make sure say that niema no omuhia no omo ato afri Ghana manmu ansana ombadwene say omo koto bi wa amano ne de aba omo akoto bi de aba asechire ne sen in a short term it will create demand on the market enti kantanka eye cash or Ghana police cars will not be buy from outside. You better can tanker cars. And if you talk and tanker cars, the demand on the market because our bankers or top police cars in Kwampo, Nina, the African tanker, as a chance can tanker amphibian and Sanyari, what to produce about 500 cars. Nebana so produce 500 cars as a chile in terms of creating job and say, can tanker be here nipa dodo. Ama omo ye adwuma e won factory ho and obviously eni bomba ye adwuma on factory ho no nyese ye kofo omo free Japan but ye be fa Ghana fo ama omo ye adwuma enti abusu amekese mekenkan ye doso doctor de egu ni team no e ye very 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 powerful and determined sa no mena brochire ha itade ha ya mewoyi ubekan ya police for car 20 emu 18 e ye Fiat I mo amuwo Italy amoheme. Mo amuwo Italy amoheme. Italy abontre so. A police for car unya 20 emu 18 eye Fiat. Fiat eye Italian company amod produce car. Into the same policy that will create demand on the market and production. Into abane sa amanfo ebenya adwuma aye. Into momento abapa ewo number 1 hwa emfama doctor Alhaji Mahama Bawumia na ni nyuma pa no omra na ometos because onya meye president impono as a vice president no enyuma awaye no eboro ntiase so say vice president ben abab Ghana manmu a wagidin say vice president ben abedi Ghana man Gabedi Ghana presidency chief say vice president what to me din adwena create initiative to say medicine delivery drone medicine delivery system here the drone edi nro eko ma yarefo vice president ben and obetna Ghana konwa so a say wahu say the world is moving into a digital economy into ye nyina ye move Dr. Mahama Bawumia ne honsem no ukase wo ka you will never finish with it because there are a lot of them. Now, because what the man means, it makes a lot of sense. But Sabio, say a single conte, banche, kenke, dokono, nchinam, nanemboa yadene, enti ye koto ababone dia, eni na yankasa, hijejireje. Momento abapa, ne den koswo, ene adepa abra yamaino enti 7 December there order number 1 the only hope for Ghana momento abapa na yamaino yamfa nkoshe okowi binsa amana mfa yamaino amma media agro abusia enne yebeka for free education betimi wo little reservation be eka ele Ghana for abusia muntie miye he don't let anybody, any ignorant person comes to you and deceive you, say free education, so and so. Don't allow yourself to be deceived. Abrochire, Italy, Germany, Holland, Belgium, America. Utiemiye, omokontokwa. They fought with their presidents. They crashed with their presidents. They mobilized on the street. Utimasem, omoye protest ankasa. Omoye demonstrations drew against their government. For what? For compulsory free education. Tiemiye. Adiana nanado, odino ankasa nepe, eni ninim de. Ede cheyem free, abera anyeye na ye force nso mfa maye no. Abrochire na ye sori a na ye di twa ye hompoa no. Sankrofo no. They had to fight with their government. They have to face their government. They have to demand from their government highly ansana omonsaika free education from kindergarten to senior secondary school. Wow, so do a research. Wow, so making your research na brabe challenge me. So Ghanaians, we are lucky, and Nanado is a God gift to Ghana, because constitution na Ghana man no nye nne na ye twere se nka free education emrew adahwa ache. But who enemy my age type, the 80s children, the 70s children, the 60s children, mumu hwan ena na onim say the Ghana constitution no, there was somewhere written say there should be free education. Be honest to yourself. Be honest to yourself. Did you know that? You didn't know? No. Now when why in the back I think I say there is something called free education already written in the constitution. So which means that Nanado has a good plan, and he's a good man who thinks about Ghanaians, because no society can evolve without acquiring knowledge among the people in the society. So when me can about for some yeme ho some minimum you na kakra ye ni me say every society that has developed, it developed because of education that the majority of them had access to. Remember that every change and society beba community society biamu biano ejina omo akọ school so eneba mankase obi wabo PhD o misi obi a wako school a owo nimde ena wamo so neba enti abrofo ne omo abanom e de face so kontokwa dendende ansana ye ma omo kwan to have free education and compulsory education to each child in their countries. But Nanado, as a president, I demand say you follow no in doing that. Adentia, he tell you said the man has a vision. A visioner. It is about elevating the people from the normal standard to another level, changing the mindset of the people. That is what the man wanted to do. And now he said, all what you have to do, and he said, you have to push Dr. Mahama Bawumia to come and continue. Because education, now free education, I don't know, it is very expensive. And it is when you will be able how to massage the economy very well. He cannot maintain it. Mahama, he was not even able to maintain or massage the economy in a manner even to produce electricity. Why should you think that he can? Electricity, kwa kotaba betonwa jiusika no. When to me, anya ho adwuma. Na free education, sika be free ma konensan manage. Abusia, don't let us make the mistake, because every society, before they move ahead, it is only through education. Yemi animo mugu America, akatafo no mugu America no. Ha? Ansa no mu timinya yeka so mu tuminya sabio akwanya so mo bekasa ama abrofo na fa. Ansa yemi animo akatafo no mugu abrochiri na yebese so mo firim ko asom di omko abrochiri no. Ansa ye sha say ye consider omo te say nipa no. It all started because omumu binom enya akwanya echo school. Ti omuko school no e no mo sha ase ehu their left and right. Enti no ye pese men kan kire on say nanado ye nipa bia ompe Ghana ni bankoso a politically it benefits him more to keep you ignorant more than to enlighten you. Are you listening to me? Say yes, Nanado, or your cromfo, Wabogana Bosia, where we are Ghana Sikana wine. Say ye no cra. And the best thing that he would do is to allow you or to keep you as ignorant as you are. But Enam Sapapano Wadrim Pantino, he made sure, say, that the society will get enlightenment in their head. Uba brochira, the one co school could any free SHS, any SHS. So Uba brochira, the one co school could any SHS, senior secondary school, the one co school could. Why are they doing that? Because that gives you a different point of view. It gives you it makes you critical thinker. And sometimes you can challenge your leaders on their decisions that they make. And so now in Pabonia, he will not introduce free SHS at all, because it is critical to his position as a president or as a politician. And don't allow these people to deceive you with their insult. Every video we are, I will tell you, in the Fourth Republic, why Anna Bobosia Dodo.
And that one, you just have to learn it by heart. Even when you are sleeping, you should be able to repeat it. So if you remember, Ba, black sheep, have you any wool? Then we had Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Those necessary rhymes. I woke up this morning and I saw 50 questions to me. It looks like our vice president has just learned those things in the 50 questions the way we used to learn Baba, black sheep, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Because I asked you 5 simple questions on the economy. That's all. Simple questions that Ghanaians want you to answer. You go and respond with how many compost plants did you build? How many this did you build? That is not what the issue is in Ghana today. Let me take you down memory lane. In 1992, there was an election in America. It was between Bill Clinton and George Bush Sr. At that time, the American economy was in recession, the way the Ghanaian economy is in crisis today. And people were talking about immigration, talking about all kinds of useless things. You know what the Clinton people said? It is about the economy. Today, I'm repeating those words. This election is about the economy. It's not about all those other useless things about who built how many compost plants. Answer the 5 simple questions. You don't need a debate to answer the 5 questions. When you ask Emisata 170 questions, you did not agree to go and debate for him to answer them. Ghanaians are asking you 5 simple questions. Just answer them. Akufo-Addo too, I've given him 2 questions. He should come and answer them. That's all Ghanaians are looking for. You have destroyed the economy. That is the truth. Even if you look at the 50 questions he asked me, he has skillfully avoided the economy. There's nothing about the economy in those 50 questions. And that's why I gave you the 5th question. Why are you running away from economy? Because you were brought in to fix the economy. The economy is in a terrible state. Just answer the 5 questions I have asked you on behalf of the people of Ghana. Simple. Ezu. Eza.
Certain years is some maya. Hanka Ghana any problem. Ana ye di atem no di ye di enfanya nkosihwe. Answer sashe. Ama potholes no. Ama kwani anye ne ye. Ama nsu ameka ho. Ama schools ameka ho. Ama airport papa bi ameka ho. Ama habo ama ameka ho. Ama manfo asumanjwom. Ne ye ya ne se kire mofra no kasa enyefe. Na amfata yen enti no de enda ye yes nche obi a odi atam na chese wunya serious ye amen su ameka ho ama schools answer sashe ama anka Ghana any problem ana ye di atam no di ye di enfanya nkosihwe answer sashe ama potholes no ama kwani anye ne ye amen su ameka ho ama schools ameka ho ama airport papa bi ameka ho ama habo ama ameka ho ama manfo asumanjwom ne ye ya ne se kire mofra no kasa enyefe na amfata yen enti no de enda ye yes nche obi a odi atam na chese wunya serious wumpa de papa ye enti wo no wo de tena nchen
enti abusuamfo sister Esther me akwa aba Jane and J Mabeno aka the ewo se yenka emfanchire sabio the former president waka kire no say atemdie na odi no emfaso ni so atem na amudi ya yekonya babies with sharp teeth no amfanfa so bre amra Ghana enti atemdie no wo awudi ugusu di atem no na say wo de yenyi wunsi nchen you hear Mahama na ankasa ni former ni running mate na ankasa Mahama no. This man is kneeling on his toe. Onim di oye. Wakasa ma Jane. Mami abrewa Burkina week. Aba US nchen. Se wo de 2024 we onka ho. Na se nye asem na yenka. A former president can sit on a stage like this, in a political space like this, in a tension political time like this, to insult his opponent, not intellectually, but young can say, Jimmy atemdiemu, you know, be okasa tu. Chabonte can't say be to say. I don't know, I can't show no. Why would they atemdie your politics no? Who ye won't see change because atemdie amwagana. John Mahama, wa ankasa running mate, ayiwano. Abusia, I came here for a reason. Yeah, just a minute. Today, 19 of all the students in the university. Yeah, I came here for a reason. And they didn't tell me about and said, NDC for any more supporters, no more communicators. Aka in every place of the country say, Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Alhaji Mahama Bawumia. Omo na omo ye president e umbe si Ghana konwa so. Omo abobosia esene aban bia. Enti to whom more is given is whom more is expected. Di enti omo kanasa. Enam so omo nim se na do aye nnuma hodo se ye kase ye bobodini a ye nwie ene no. To defend themselves, they started circulating Sa false allegation we. Sa entro akese we e de fa Nana-Addo ne Dr. Bawumia ho say omo and omo abobosia in the history of the country, the bigger one. Obi mo obi da. Abusu ene beti omoto. Entro. Sa woni me ene wo me ne wo nyina. Ye yen can say enlightened minded. Yadwene mu abie. Yadwene. I think say we don't allow people to pollute our mindset. I think say enye de amanfo beka na ye den ye de niema na mom de ya ankasa ye dwene na ye hu na ye de make decisions. Ye nyina nim say ukwa ama no ne say ukwa akobobosia a ye nkobobosia wo sidisim. Ukwa ama no ne say ukwa akobobosia afiri another countries, another external creditors ho a enye cedis and omode maw na mbom no said ye 1951 geopolitics laws no chire no okobobosia ewa abontena ye de dollars enebo emaw asebosia sa na okoto ade wa amanone a ewa abontene woni government to government one agreement. Any international transaction be ebekoso ewo wiase amansan nyina enam the superior power of the America after the Second World War ntino here the American dollar and edidwa among countries and other countries. Enti mi bisaw adentia se NDC fo eka kade Nana-Addo abo ene kade yede ewo Ghana manmu a omoka ne CDC. This is the trick. The reality nene say omo kan wo dollars ma ubehu say jo Mahama ye kromfo temiyo so omo kan the cost or the debt or the borrow bosia Mahama boye ewa amanone ukan wo dollars na ukan bosia Nana-Addo boye anasa Nana-Addo abo ewa amanone ewo dollars now they compare a new man Nana-Addo aye any dear John Mahama ya omunim say so far as ye thinking human beings we will understand say NDC apparatus and apparatus omoya kromfo. So for that reason they are deceiving Ghanaians with a simple manner. You be can't say bosia na Nana-Addo boy you can work CDC ade aye nim say a CD to dollar exchange rate. Enti me bobosia ene ifra America ho at 16 cedis. Now China ye $2 money ko 17 cedis a me more bosia nka ho and so automatically me ka me de no ewo Ghana sikam no. Me ka me de ewo Ghana sikam no akona nim to 17 cedis. Enti NDC for don't want to talk about this. They don't want to make the things clear. And I mean, the journalists, MPP communicators, this issue, tackle with an open point of view. Let me explain it well to you. Then later I'll play the video so that you listen. Nana-Addo Breso in 2017 up to 2019, $1 560. $1 equals to 5 cedis 60 pesos. Enti ka Nana-Addo boy ye nyina sabre no na ye kan wo ye sese no Ghana sikama 5 cedi 60 pesos per $1. What has happened? Eneya dollar a jump to 16 cedis no. Sa ka na Nana-Addo boy ne dada ni nyina no. Sa ka no se ye calculate in Ghana cedis a it is no more 5 cedi 60 pesos, but rather 16 cedis and above. This is the trickish. But dollar mono, the amount remain the same. In fact, Nana-Addo has up to now borrowed 31 I think 31 billion or something. Yeah, I'm coming to play the video. 21.80 something. John Dramani Mahama also borrowed 21.800 million Ghana dollars. 21.800 million dollars. And another borrow from outside. John Mahama borrowed also 21 million 700 and something million dollars. 700 and something thousand dollars. 21 billion 700 and something thousand dollars. And another so bought 21 billion 800 and something thousand dollars. This is the amount of money that the boat has borrowed. Now, and this is for no bar, no more in the exchange rate because Brian John Mahama Tisono. Now $1 is equal to 4.2. And the calculation then no to see the no now you lower. So they join all together and they say now abobosia amaye kana kwa kudru 700 and something billion. Not knowing, not making it clear say the exchange rate that has made the Ghana debt rises to that level. Enya bosia enyi sika twitwiri die bi na nando akwakoje. Yen konko tie video no ye wi a na ye no wakasa fa ho.
Yes, in the Fourth Republic of 54% under your watch as EMT chair.
Yeah, no, a tron will do it.
Yes,
a tron will do the Fourth Republic. No, yeah, over 70. Rollins Breast, you 71%. You know, no. On your not doing say Obekano credit. But your question is 10 aka. Tune the what they aka. They need death. No. And offend the exchange rate. Debt no, my car exchange rate. What can I say? My car inflation. Na debt because my car. It is the car need. What dog we? No, me knew. Okay, it would the car inflation was say at the highest. It says the inflation. What
borrowing no?
Yeah, borrowing. Hey, my cheche mo ye. Debt and said me de intervention wa. About inflation.
Okay, now the economy digitalization now boom.
Yeah. And the
last question is on that.
Yeah. Was it didn't know
lecture
about free inflation? Yeah, and no inflation this year we can say John Ajukungu Fuja 40.5 and now what is so that was 54 is the highest. Yeah, and according to data the MEP data number but me say I'm Ira Rollins Breast no now it may hit over 70. Okay, and the no correct. Okay, say this I'm current dispensation. In fact, Ghana your highest ever no 122.8. It be more converting 123 1983. That's the highest inflation. You are running president need to mean over 70. Now, yes. Papa we know kasa. Didn't maybe mum didn't me motivation. Amount for me motivation is a new class of president. Just say on fata. Seriously, as we know, clearly no data doesn't. I mean, in the trust ubit me Gina Ghana. That's what can be. That's what the economy new grow 8.1%. That's what we see a good. A whole president to walk or cast him say a hardwin. My main cassette said that not mean be me chili and bagels ekano in terms of dollar no na kufado above 21.88. You are done Dramani Mahama so about 21.15. Yeah, you had here. Who fa current exchange rate at the year because them the 16.2. Say depending on where you are, it could be almost 17 cities. Said okay, but okofa current exchange rate now what they call ye nana kufado bekono na ye kani nyina ye 29.22 to say o kani nyina boma 7.1 plus kufo 900 no million no be kan ho na akoye 8.0 something and kufo bekono na I mean Ghana total debt stock near 8 billion. Okay, and you are John Dramani Mahama they call 29.22 na say almost 21 no be kan 18 no na onya 29.2. Yes. Na Yera John Dramani Mahama de ba ko a omo Ghana say was wo ko ja bosia 122 billion. Me ne ya adwen e wo ho kakra. Cedis. The actually say 29.22 no. That na $1 for cedis 20 pesos. To the multiply by 29.22 na ubenya 122.
What exchange rate ben we use no?
o use time or no obekono
ah but you know they said there for me
you
pure rubbish for my
oh no me feel oba say me ne na ya adwena
I can't watch any na
me pa cho me
I can't you try can na me pa
the rate of current rate
when be smooth fight me call me them mentias here you try can na me pa cho you ba ko use 2011 next rate
I know ne question na me bebu central ma me mra ho
eh me na me busa question
okay me wi alan comedy matrama no
me das
we dey meju host adwuma obekono na Ghana $1 for this 20 pesos.
Yes.
Your total debt in 29.22. Machre ubi ya dollars. Tiso kaso the best this. Ubenya 122 billion.7. I mean 122.7 billion.
Okay.
To so obekono na kan 122. Obusa sa denti na du 760. 760 they say na wonya no 763 they say na wonya no of Ghana eka nyina ye disese ono no de ane nyina aka ho of ani nyina na of 51 billion no de multiply by 17
is he how disingenuous he is
or multiply by 16 and the oyasa no until they multiply by 16 obenya eneka onu kra na eutin that is 80 something I mean of 816 billion
anka opso ye fair so go yi ne die ne free
etina make say eti asema bibusa
I mean what mean if because what mean just say you could tria no but what the fan say maybe he wants to
eti my first question can me busa yin na we say e make sense and na your kind no ya fan sa na kufa do buy no Ghana ka no wa mobi anka ho na fancy wontua
I want that
and ka ni nyina da ho a enkene ye ka no enke eye times 16.35 enke ye ka ne 477 billion.
No, but dog be so to kakara. I had sisase we should be. Si we should be.
Say sanka kobasa na kufa do car obeto ye no. Wa mobi anka ho. Eye Rollins de kufo de ne ho anyina na 29.22 billion. And a kobasa wa mobi anka ho enkene 477 billion.
And wa mobi anka ne ye use the current exchange rate
anka sana tie.
E ka saying
477
wa mobi anka ho okay me bo
billion di kamibu sase satem ke beka se na kufa do the Ghana kano afri 122 akoduru 477 ana anke beka eno ye very simple question
okay me but no but you exercise me 29 billion no yeah 29 billion dollars no you converted the back Ghana cedis mu
and na
2016 na e say
2016 and na me 122
122
no the cancer no
you know by 4.3
yeah 4.2
and I say the unit difference of said abetoso and I say kai kufa do am mo be say 1 cedi
difference
that same amount ene
anti osha that's depreciation na abeka ho na person ho no difference abeka ho ni
kufa do say some
da bi pa cheje yenya go
kufa do buy
no hwe kra
kufa do buy mo bosia da
ma menye die
2016 okasa Matias
2016 aye NDC free so no na the Ghana bosia na say
122 billion
Ghana cedis yeah okay 122 billion Ghana cedis using 4.2 and as I say no you use no 16.3 na say no
who use about 477 billion
what if the difference you say
about 355 billion 355 billion depreciation
you see that is what people must know you know say go 40 as say ya mobile say once the crowd fan ka ho and you use current rate crowd e ka over 355 billion
na be ke
e ke say ho na boss aka no
eno na TV3 ni ade ni joy fam mo muntie pa ye pa me bo mu because can ye ya Ghana's debt has gone up to this ya na enye no cre depreciation na ebrebi me frɛ
question back with you but was say my brother please allow Dr. Donfe to answer Mahama on what has the economy got to do with digitalization
okay my fast no very simple
the reason why I say it's important say we maintain the dollar as the a car.
Abusianfo se mu nyina matimi. Ye beto video no so, but let's make this thing clear. Mahama is a liar. NDC, the whole communication team are liars, and every liar is a thief. Mahama si ofri Ghana konyaso Ghana yeka $122 billion. Said the economist Dr. Dom Fetchiremui. Say obobosia at when can I say $1 to 4 CD 20 peso. And ne o calculate kana obo bosia na obo ne tetinumu na who use 4.2, but you have to reuse the current exchange rate of dollar. And you say yes, calculation ne dia na say e kana John Mahama see o free one na $122 billion. And 122 billion na mom no 477 billion. Enti abusia yesi Ghana for ye de ka 771 billion. Na se yete 477 billion free more. Pacho na nado wa bobo siasen. You understand? John Mahama is a mischief, a deceiver, a liar, dishonest, and every liar also is a thief. So automatically, or a thief. Even so, Ghana one official one. Airbus can so na official one. No? Yeah, and this how they cut 122 billion Ghana cedis. Because of say now dollar to CD near 4.4 now kwa 60 na o sa aka na o su jan at 122 billion and ne 477 billion. It is okay chem say na ye de 750 billion. Now ye te 477 billion free ma e ka say na do ka wa bone no dollar no it is equal ubo $21 billion. And Nanado so bought $21 billion. But Nanado has done a lot more with the money that he borrows. And to John Mahama, what is your argument? No sensational argument, no initiatives, no policy, no idea, no vision driven. It is all about propaganda and trocha. Yemu yetim yenka de yepe yenidi ntro na amanfo emramete because Ghanaians was short memory. And tesa, we will remember you. We will put the record straight in the face of the people who had decided not to listen, who had decided not to tell the truth. We will let the truth come out, either by good way or by the false way. And I may kind of say about way some people Ghana for man to about my MPP. You be about my MPP because you am far mind koshe or crom for trophobia to say in some money a year. What about statesman? You know the things, you know the records, you are aware of everything, but because of chief politics in tea, who be jump on now total piper, so now we can't be open. Who born dog? Dr. Don Fayento Aso. Phobia members, share, please share. Phobia. Sanson Yemia Kofi and Kama Kofi, or say good evening, family. Mahama borrowed, but nothing to show for it, my brother. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I say Mahama is a trickish. Yes. Trickster. Yes, he is. Because onim no kreno but onka. And when young kwasiafo binom di na chi na omo bo mo nsem ma no. People who don't know how to even yanka wa odi fachem se kwa fa so popa ya 2 year. Nipa omunim omo kwa adware ya kwan ya wo so omuni omo huni anso omo afiri adware ya. Those are the people talking for Mahama to come and be the president of this beautiful land that we have. Such a mischiever, such a deceiver, such a drunkard. Abusha momenti yewia donfe yewia na the Minister of Education. The whole interview about free education and the consequences that is bringing into Ghana education. Yento aso.
Mefasa.
In a sense, the city they can come down to 500.
And no crown
the dollar value you say me.
And no dollar, I mean, value no. Economists no mobile and no. They are not being fair to Ghanaians. Dollar value we don't use it because a nominal dollar also depreciated. It said Mahama did about $21 billion. Na Kufuor about 21.88 billion. And yet Kufuor's dollar, and yet the value nuru omodiano. Indeed, about 50 years ago, $1 billion and it is translated to over about 50 billion.
Yes.
Dollar nankasano. It is debt GDP ratio. And none ye DJ say and a chair one day bit immediately. You were done at the Kungu for in 2008 constant prices. Now your debt to GDP ratio no. Now you're 182. God in the battles figures not the buy or the battles yeah, until or the battles 182. Now Ghana's West African Monetary Institute say or maybe our West African be some monetary zone maintain debt to GDP ratio below 70%. Now Tambia obeduru over 70%, almost you are in debt crisis. You are rolling say back on debt to GDP ratio 182. Ibre bi mitie ne ba ne say ne papa wa adaka mu bi so na so papa modern na wa to politics as in 182 ade ani kwase eburu 72 no Tijona Jokum Kufobeje Abellan near debt to GDP ratio. No, we were in serious debt crisis. And Obeji and Obon within a year, Yawabakona, I 32, you call him Picade, can be Jenna, I 32. He brought it down from 182 to 32.
No, Yanko, not economy,
I mean fancy 32. No, you're done the minimum Mambajiano 2014 the cost 71. So Ghana was in debt crisis 2014, 2015, 2016. And so if there's anybody to talk about that, it shouldn't be Mahama.
Why has Bawumia run away from
Abusha Shawate? Now J. Kufuor took Ghana debt to GDP to 30 from 182. John Mahama, the incompetent Mahama and his master, JMS, they took it from 32 to 72 in within 8 years. Obidi 8 years, abre debt to ratio nase, debt to GDP nase, amana free 182 about bedru 32 no. Obinso at the 8 years, SM Paja Mukona nim. And I cano. Whilst you are building, the NDC is destroying. And then I'm okay. I don't think this is what Ghanaians deserve. Now, you remember cancer for digitalization, any digitization concerning the economy. That short video, we are going to listen to the greatest interview of the Minister of Education.
From the economy.
Bawumia is still working with the economy. Oba economics will be a basic level 100 economics. On cancer Bawumia are running away from economics. Acquire digitalization. Because it's scary. So be my Dondam and Mama Abba power on and crop because I'm doing on the economy. No, it was from Ofa economic basic book be your Cobb Douglas production function. Cobb Douglas. I mean, production function.
So much money so.
Now, Okofa Douglas production function. Yeah, was say a deba dear na a map production and now I'm GDP and now I'm economy no. A deba dear ni jinaso. Obeka ni a 9 first near Kanyama 9. Yes, a land ye a debia nyame na anything natural. You will be a friend capital anything created by human that facilitates production. Capital. You will IDB entrepreneurship, management skills, and you will labor, human effort in production. So I ma 4 way. Now, Cobb Douglas production function no dey call anymore. But you will say, land no ye free. So na ye entrepreneurship no so free. Na the here pay capital and what labor, anti production, and now ye GDP and now will be biano. Ejina ede omano capital wo ene ede labor ti le kan se labor ye adwuma boama nkoda ya ko school human capital development school sisi ni adade nyina ne health ni nyina ye labor ne pese de eni ye kan se capital bibia including I mean interest rate in some sika de be ye adwuma mfidie de be ye adwuma ni nyina capital but broni be kire wo say inherent in the capital and labor is what? Technology. And the technology so idea a facilitate technology panel and the digitization and what? Digitalization. Eti se wutimi ebuama o digitalization no and digitization the two are very different. I mean wutimi yama eyeye emma sa abefo kwa efa so ye ne man timi yeyi a emma technology no ko higher. A co higher emma human capital no nipa some is amatia make say obi watermela or temene. It's all because of digitalization and digitalization. Yes. Technology. And yes, and can't let me say commit me at Siema said the first you call for money to who no at who am mobiate. And I'm sorry, I'm saying disika mobia. Na me won crofobia some discount come am village. Me sorry ahomache.
No, yeah, for me calendar.
Edu eba anopa 4 am. Na me ye banking. Akwa bi say is akoya ni Jimmy nyafe. So de wa DK bi asa o sa no mo frɛ no. Ni Jimmy nyafe. O sa akwa o so a comedian so no. Me onye me hwɛ ne ma me nsere da because
abusiamfo semu nyina mate die wo mu no Mahama abone ho tuo because of the way and the manner that this man is taking the campaign to. Ye nintro so Ghana fo ye nyina na sabio ye kwahwe akwafo a ye nimo hwe ye jinjimi o. A lot of people have a great mind, even more than you yourself, Mahama. So you cannot come and lie to us and think, say, your lies will be taken as the truth and finished. And now to abeda hoi, wab ubo bosia change every president in the history. And after even borrowing now we are now 21 billion past dollars, you could not do anything. Terminal 3 crowd agi din amanfo bo abas no enado de be complete terminal 3 ye de bo din no you were not able to complete it. Kwame Nkrumah cycle hwan bogus project enso to ana tata ho man kese enye o but ye ni yie $270 million bone ben na Ghana for the ayo na de be na Ghana for the wenti no pese wuni ntro na wonsen gu yanim ase ka che say ye moa ye jimi yanim nyansa nti de open na wo ka che na de ba bi DM yenso. It won't happen this year. We are going to make sure say the number 1 on the ballot box will be the aim of every Ghanaian voter, and it's going to happen. In 2016 you lost 1 million. This time you're going to lose 1.5 million. Because of free education. Because of free education. Enipa bi obeke say he want free education to be maintained, or ye 85% sure say obeto aba e de amananado na ba de achire. Enti John, go and let your speech writers organize you better. Maybe in this 1 month you can do something. Now so say ya na oba entro any akohwie na mode badia. Ghanaians will show you say we are not fools as you think. Abusiamfo ya did this session aba na we ye. Say
what education
ya be kona ya kwakotie the most demand interview of Minister of Education. Interview bi ode be to abontena say nema e wan DC camp. Where munka hu say Alote Jacob after ohun de yeye no senior secondary school and education sector, he's shocked. And since then, on Sanin NDC Mubium, Kwesi Pratt, Ohun, a Numa Ecoso Ghana education sector, Oba Bontembe born and Numutu said, a Juman PPI and education sector and Kwakurano, Emma people to me and maintain power in 2025. A Prasha, now did Nanado attempting as if for after he saw what is going on in education sector, came back and endorses Minister of Education, Dr. Alhaji Mahama Bawumia and Nanado for doing what they are doing in the education sector. Enti, ye can you man Nanado aya, and Yamena Mekon, even his enemies admit to say, a Numa de Papano Ayabipa. Abusia ode yanko, nenkonko tie the whole interview about the Ghana education reforms. Yewoha, we will stop it and talk about it and continue. Chilawadri on comment section box so Miguswa Chayemi Kofi and Kama, Phobia Member TV, Stella Amponsa NDC Nino, David Kenati Mechiao, Ama Nyako Mechiao, Esther Kebanima Mechiao, Emmanuel Afiakwa, Phobia Member Mesanchia Obium, Danso Ebenezer, Wonso Mechiao. Abusia, Yankonko tie video no, Yabasan Atwaso.
That's for people. Is widely recognized in the country. To some people, the idea that they can go to high school and don't have to pay for it, they can go to school, chop box and trunk, drop it off in the dormitory, go to the dining hall to eat without being asked anything. Have you paid your fees? For some people, the idea that they can go to school and when it's exams time, they are not being sent home. Their parents were used to a system where, for those
they were expecting the child to come.
Oh yes, I mean,
they knew that he was going to come.
Come home. You're going to be sent back home to go and collect your fees. And grandparents who saw their children go through that no longer ceases at home. When you go to my village, it's this miracle of the highest level. So I'm not surprised at all if you happen to be somebody who has dealt with, especially in the rural areas, work with families and now you have a situation where they are not going begging. They are not going to the pastor to beg and say, can you help me? They are not going to the head of family to beg. They are not calling their family members abroad to see if their children can go to school. To us in the villages and towns, this is miracle at the highest level. Something that they never expected could happen in this country. It's happening. So I'm not surprised that Free Senior High School has become front and center of this great debate towards election December 7th.
Whilst it is free SHS is a big deal, the middle class are still not particularly satisfied. And they were not quite happy with President Akufo-Addo's comments the other day when he said that if you want to pay the school fees, go and pay in a private school. As for that, in Westlake Girls, the government will pay. They were not too happy. They think that the standards of their grade school is being lowered. The standards of Dream Shekan, who, by the way, they have to be congratulated for winning the science quiz yesterday after 10 whole years. The standards of Dream Shekan, in fact, the standards of Adisadel, they think the standards of St. Peter's. They said that when I was in St. Peter's, we go to the dining hall, we have 50. Today, they are 6,000.
Standards.
Yeah, so that it doesn't reflect with the results. I was going to say that. It doesn't, the results show the standards are improving. But the well-being of the students is being discussed in the media every now and then. And the middle class old students are altogether not really happy with the process.
I think you have to look at the education system in this country at this time. I'm fortunate because I came into this space with a full knowledge of how quality education systems run, how relevant education systems look like. So I come into this system, I see the gaps, and I'm saying to myself, thank God I'm the Minister for Education. How do we bridge the gaps? How do we make sure that when you talk about the middle class, these are the individuals who are paying for their children to go to kindergarten, for 6 years of primary, 3 years of junior high. You know, we have a 14-year pre-university education system or pre-tertiary education system. For some people, the first time they see something, semblance of something free, is at the high school. They've paid for 11 years of education.
And they said they can pay.
So the point of the matter is this. We happen to be one of the few countries where we don't hold government to account and say, I'm paying taxes. I deserve quality public schools, wherever they are. So the fact that we did not demand, the fact that we did not have visionary thinking in transforming public schools, and you paid for 11 years and you are saying I can pay. Yes, you can pay, but we need to create a more equitable society. There are some who can't. But whenever this question comes up with I can pay, I always ask people that, are you going to pay if your child is placed as my famous Jachi Pramso Senior High School? For many people, when they say they can pay, they want to pay for pre-sec education.
That's what they were thinking.
Yes, but does that mean we should reserve 70% or 90% of quality pre-sec education to those who can pay? What kind of country are we creating? We should rather embark on an adventure where you open access, but you also improve quality. So when people talk about standards, infant stipend, 2014, 2024, they are back, right? But Ketasco is also there.
Yes, they were there in the final.
They were there in the final.
It wasn't a story we could have told in 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
That's not possible.
No.
For a quiz for Keta and then infant stipend to come to final.
No.
And Keta is not their first time.
No. You see, it will have been
St. James.
You don't even talk about it. St. James now arguably the top performing school in this country.
Absolutely.
Of course, I know Presec is not going to agree with it. But you look at what is going on, emergence of new schools.
But that's what the policy seems to have done. I was discussing with my producer the other day when we were looking at the results, and new schools are picking up. And I've been looking at the data of the political parties for free SHS. There's a lady who did a video and said that when free SHS came, she believed it, but she didn't think that it included St. Louis and Opokuwari and Prempeh College. And apparently that was what many people were thinking. They thought free SHS is for low-level schools. They didn't think Achimota too is free SHS because they found themselves incapable of reaching Achimota by any standards.
Oh, yes.
So they didn't really believe that I can be placed in Achimota. So she said that when one of the children came, when I was placed in Achimota, they thought it was a lie.
Yeah.
Say, now you, this village boy, you think that you've been placed. It's not true. Go back and go and check. With this, your aggregate 21, who will take you in Achimota?
And they come and they do so well.
I've heard that. And so it was explained to them that yes, you got aggregate 21, but there's a system that is picking underprivileged people and putting them in Achimota. And you have to thank God that he was picked. And they were confused. They didn't know anybody. They just been picked into Achimota.
Quite a few of such stories.
And I'm sure that the pressure on you, I'm sure it's still there, on placement is going down because parents are also telling me that there's a school called Manfi
Methodist Girls. Yeah, Manfi Methodist Girls.
Now they call it Manfi Wesley Girls.
Of course, because
apparently they are doing super, and they say you took a headmistress from somewhere.
Wesley Girls, and she went there.
That's why they are doing so well.
Ahantaman Girls got a Wesley Girls assistant principal. Now it's top tier school. So what we have seen is that it's about leadership. So the new schools that we are opening, we have mentors being given to them. For example, Bosomtwe Girls in my constituency is being mentored by Mrs. Jokoto, former assistant headmistress of Wesley Girls. In 5 years' time.
So in your view, this whole differences in school was about leadership?
Leadership is key.
I think you are right, because historically, all those schools have names. When you ask Wesley Girls people, they will say Mrs. Achampo. You ask Presec, they will say Mr. Piedu. You ask Accra Academy, they will say Konoa. And names of headmasters in Achimota or Mr. Siedu for many years.
They were there for a long time.
So it was more leadership driven than systems.
Leadership is key, and they build the systems. So now what we've done is this. We can reduce the stress on the high-performing schools by affiliating them with new schools. That is why we took our assistant headmaster from Presec and sent him to Abomosu, and he's running Abomosu so well. And come to think of it, Abomosu has more science labs than Presec. Wow. So if you have a leader from Presec who understands the ecosystem that brings about high-performing school, and it's in a school where they even have better equipment and tools, then you're going to see a situation where that school is merging, and then it's becoming one of the top performing schools. Now you go in there and students I want to go to a STEM school. So you begin to see that we are really lifting the bottom. There are some
it looks like the policy has lifted a lot of low performing schools.
And now the new courses being offered in high school aviation and aerospace as a high school course. Engineering is now being offered. Students
have you started?
Oh yes.
So those going to SS1,
they're choosing.
They will be doing aviation.
Aviation depends upon the school that you
go to. Is it an elective?
Actually, you see, it's a 3-year course. It's an elective, but the good news is that it complements the science courses. So you still do your biology, chemistry, but you are doing aviation. Because now, what is happening to us is that in those doing science, and now they do STEM, you don't need to do integrated science. Because
yes, I've been hearing that.
Biology, chemistry, and physics, why do you go to a low-level science?
Why were we? I even understand that those doing extended maths don't do the regular maths anymore.
You see,
we were doing O-level as science students. You do O-level maths and you do add maths. You do both.
They still do it this year because the university said they want to adjust. They want to adjust to the system.
So they haven't fully stopped yet.
No, they haven't fully stopped. But the whole idea for the sciences was that biology, chemistry, and physics, advanced level science. And then you go and do integrated science, which is a low level science. So waste of time. So now they have a space, a pathway
where to add some of those things like aviation and all that. Will they be examined in aviation?
Oh yes, biomedical sciences, engineering. These are all courses that have been done in high school. And manufacturing.
So what kind of engineering will you be teaching? General engineering? Because you have several.
Yeah, they have general engineering. And this course was created with university professors in engineering. They met with NACA and then they put the courses together. So what is happening in our education space is that we are really making teaching and learning relevant to the 21st century needs of Ghana. Coding and robotics are being offered now. So if you look at the courses that we are doing, it's very different from the courses that were being offered in this country for many years. But you see,
so the policy is raising schools and merging the standards. But somebody asked me when I told the person this, that does it mean that you are raising Hantaman girls and bringing down Wesley girls so they meet in the middle?
No.
Is Wesley girls still going up?
Wesley girls got 6 science labs from the government. The president went to commissioner. But Hantama also has 6 science labs.
Which is a story that could not have been 30 years ago.
Yes.
Because it's the old students who were provided, not government.
Not government. In fact, to Wesley girls, the credit of the old girls, they also rehabilitated their old science lab. But the government went in and built 6 science labs at a go. You go to Kumasi American School, 6 science labs at a go. Presec, we gave you 3. A number of schools across the country, we are building new science labs. But we're also building engineering labs.
What's an engineering lab?
So let's go to STEM labs. If you go to Accra, Accra High School, they have a beautiful STEM lab, fully equipped with even 3D printers. I was expecting that they can show it here.
Yeah, they'll look for it and put it down there.
So if you look at what is happening there, you enter the STEM center and you can do coding, you can do robotics. So the high school students can offer course in robotics, and then the neighborhood children also come there to practice their hands-on coding.
Those who may not be students of the school?
No, because we're trying to create a pipeline. So junior high schools, primary schools around Accra High come there as scheduled.
Oh, they're allowed?
Yes, they are allowed to come in, and they are able to also do coding at their level.
So Accra High SSS, so Morning Star JSS can have their JSS 3 students go to the lab to look at it?
Yes, they can go there. So, but we are not also just restricting this to the junior junior high schools affiliated or close to high schools. We're also building model STEM junior high schools.
Oh, junior high. You are bringing STEM to junior high?
Yes. So the
can you identify talents at that age, 12, 13?
That brings me to gifted and talented education. Talent can be identified at an early age. So at the end of the day, if you look at Jabin, STEM high school, junior high school, it's a model junior high school that has everything that you can find in a high school. They have biology, chemistry, physics lab, and then a STEM lab.
And they're junior high school?
Junior high school. So you see, you have to lift up the middle.
When you get the photographs, then you start putting them on there. Please go on.
You see, the thing is this. The bill at Parliament about free secondary education, one of the essential aspects of that is the upgrading of junior high schools. Because you see, the interesting thing for this country is that we used to have 7 years of secondary, O&A level.
Yes.
Then somehow we jettisoned 4 years out of it. We took away 4 years.
No, we took 1 year.
No, 4.
Is it not 7 to 6?
No.
How?
7-3. How? Because the Pre-Tertiary Education Act says identify education in Ghana as 2 years of kindergarten, 6 years of primary, 3 years of junior high, and it's all basic. Secondary.
Oh, junior high is added to basic.
Yes, has always been.
When the old system, the junior high was part of the
secondary.
Okay, yeah.
So it has always been. So that is the reason why junior high school buildings can be dilapidated and nobody cares, because it's not seen as part of secondary. So the free secondary education bill is looking at upgrading junior high schools so that it will be part of secondary, effectively giving us 6 years of secondary education.
Wow.
So this is Accra High. And when you go there, you have the STEM lab there. You have
this Accra High on the screen now.
Yes. So you see the
robotics?
Yeah. And then high school students are working, but junior high school students also go there. Primary school students also go there. And it's fascinating to see us creating an ecosystem. In fact, we are now going to launch, tomorrow we are launching B-STEM, Basic STEM program. And
that's for GSS?
Yeah, GSS. And it's going to be very fascinating what happens at that level. But if you look at the facilities that are coming up for junior high schools, I've always said that public schools have been seen as, can be defined as rectangular shaped buildings painted brown and yellow.
Brown and yellow, yes.
Where the students wear brown and yellow uniforms as if to match the color of the school. And this has been the norm. And we call them junior high schools. But the law is saying that they are part of basic, and we've left them.
So the amendments you have in Parliament is going to call them secondary?
It will make junior high school, which is high school, recognized legally as high school, and therefore we will be required to equip them with the necessary infrastructure, necessary facilities. So let's take a look at how public schools look like for the most part across the length and breadth of this country.
Please, let's have it. Let's see it.
It's a rectangular shaped building painted brown and yellow, and where the students, as I always say, wear brown and yellow uniform. This is what you see.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, across the country. This is it.
So you are changing this?
So a number of schools have been changed already. So let's move on to the new infrastructure for junior high schools.
Now, this new infrastructure you are presenting is going to be the standard for all junior high schools?
Junior high schools. There are 2 of them.
It's going to come soon. Yes, this one.
Yeah. This is your new junior high school.
Every junior high school is going to look like this.
Towns with about 7 junior high schools, you build one of these, you move all the junior high schools there, and they have libraries.
Yes, that's policy. So you're not going to have junior high schools littered in a community.
No.
You're going to build one proper one.
One proper one that has everything that the high school is supposed to have.
You're going to name it after the town. Labadi Junior High School, Teshi Junior High School.
Of course. It can
Jachi
easily be
Junior High School.
It can easily be named. It can be named after Ghanaian schools, can be named after a chief, can be named after anybody. But so this
can we look at that video again? The new
it's showing here, right? It's not showing.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So this is the one at Jabbing. Otiosrebo
High School.
Model junior high school.
Junior high school.
Yeah, and it's a STEM high school, and it has biology, chemistry, and physics lab. It also has a STEM lab to match it. But in addition to that, the good news is that it is getting everything that a high school has.
I see.
And instead of 7
that means laboratories.
Schools, yes.
Football field.
Everything. Instead of 7 junior high schools, now you have 1 junior high school that has everything. The library is there.
Can it accommodate all the people who are in the 7? Do you plan?
Yes. Yeah. This one will accommodate all of them. But you go to some towns and it's just 3 of them. When you have just 3 junior high schools, there's another model that we do. It's a 2-story. And we built quite a number of them across the country. And when it's fitted with all the labs that you can find in a high school, you've upgraded junior high schools to a level of high schools, effectively giving you quality 6-year secondary education in practice and subsequently in law. You see, invariably we enact the law and we are trying to catch up to see if we can go by what the law says we should do. But in this case, we've done the facilities, we provided the tools. Then when the law comes into effect, then you are really implementing the law the way it should be implemented. So if you look at what is going on, we are upgrading junior high schools. We also have taken a serious look at dilapidated school buildings. The closest school to the Ministry of Education is St. Barnabas at Osu. Had a visit to the school 8 months ago. I left there fully determined that something should be changed. And that something that should be changed is what we have done.
Perhaps the St. Barnabas there on there, please. Can you come and do what you have to do? Let's see it. Yeah, that's it. Is that the old one?
Yeah. I visited them. I had a nice time with the children. They were in a classroom without ceiling. When it's raining.
So this is the first time you visited them?
Yeah, this is the first time I visited them. And you see, it's an Anglican school, they grew.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is Accra. Look at the outside of the building, and it's fascinating to see, within and without, the level of dilapidation that you could witness there. And the interesting thing is this Accra. And
this is the St. Barnabas?
St. Barnabas. This is Osu.
In this old form?
Old form, and you can look at, you see.
Oh, wow, this is terrible.
It's terrible. 8 months ago, this was St. Barnabas. And I left there thinking, can we truly educate?
Why did you go there?
I do surprise visits.
So you were visiting the nearest school to the ministry?
And I saw it and said, no, let's go and see this school. And you take a look at this and you're asking yourself, can we truly educate 21st century children in 19th century buildings and expect 21st century outcomes? No, we can't compete in the 21st century if we think this is okay for children to be in.
So what did you pull the building down?
No, we brought in engineers. There was a need for retrofitting. They did it. And today we have a new St. Barnabas. We've sent furniture there. Everything is great. We are opening. In fact, it's going to be fascinating.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Oh, it's the same building?
Yes, but we retrofitted and changed the roof entirely.
Oh, you made fidelity to the blue color.
Oh, yeah. The classroom without ceiling now has ceiling fans. Everything you see here is...
this is impressive.
It's something you can see in Morning Star and any of the private schools. The whole idea.
Oh, but that's impressive.
Yes.
So the children must be very happy.
Very, very happy. Very, very, very happy.
And their teachers are happy?
Very happy.
Did you ask the teachers to vote for your party?
Evidence-based. So if you look at, we see we are now moving them. We've changed actually from this.
Please put the next one on.
The dual desk, and now we are giving them mono desk. So they are going to be
so that
seated.
they are individuals, yeah.
Yes, they are seated like in high school.
Oh, is that how the mono desk looks like these days?
Yes.
Okay.
Junior high school, and they should be seated like high school students.
So they are ready mentally.
Yes, and next week our commission is going to happen. But the good news is that we have a model. When we got the $1 million per constituency,
yes,
at Bawumia we decided that we'll do a model junior high school.
Okay.
So we did it there, and we are replicating it across the country now.
Oh, I see.
So if you look at what is happening, the junior high schools at Bawumia, you can really see that these are just like any school. You can
junior high school at Bawumia, let's see that one.
Yeah, this is it.
Okay, yeah.
You see how they are seated, monodex.
This is Bawumia in Ashanti region.
In Ashanti region.
Oh, they wear bow tie to school, the girls?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very decent.
And the parents love it.
I can imagine.
They rather wear this than wear the brown and yellow.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so if they are going to buy the
this
uniform,
is brighter, it makes you think.
Buy the uniform, they will buy this than buy the brown and yellow. Parents are excited here. And it's a public school. And it's a junior high school that has science labs.
Wow.
Science labs. Junior high school for library. And everything you see here, you're going to see that it's an environment that is very different.
This is a lab?
Yeah, this was built by the Middle Belt as part of the $1 million per constituency project. And this is junior high school science labs. So what we are doing as a nation is begin to look at how do you provide quality learning environment. Because you see, 3 things that you need to do in education is that you provide access, provide the floodgates of education for all, but don't stop there. Enhance the quality. And after quality, also make sure that the education you are providing is relevant to the 21st century needs of your country. If you put the 3 together, then education plays its rightful role as the most important socio-economic transformation agent. If you just do access and don't look at quality and don't look at relevance, the transformation doesn't happen. So if you look at the Asian targets, all those countries that were referenced, they did not just give access and then forget about quality. You have to do the 3. Once you do the 3, then you are putting, this is a building built by the Arab Development Bank. By the way, the building that we are seeing here is not from Get Fund. So
it's from where?
Arab Development Bank.
Arab Development Bank?
Yeah, Badia. They had a project.
Well, so which school is this?
This is a junior high school. This the one at Gachi.
Oh, I see.
Then you see the one at Jammeh. We have one coming at Chamba in the northern region. We have one coming up at Chebi. It's all over the country.
I see.
But there are two variations of it. We had a big one that is about 7 schools. Then you have another variation that is a 2-story, and this is also all across the country in a number of places. Yeah.
This one.
Yes. This is a 2-story building, and this is for towns with 2 junior high schools or 3 junior high schools. They can all move into this and leave the dilapidated old buildings and really move into a place where the community feels like, wow, this is different. So all across the country, November, middle of November, we are commissioning 80 new schools. 80 new schools.
In November, this November?
Mid-November, yes.
80 schools?
80 schools. You're going to be excited about...
You mean government has delivered 80 schools?
Oh, yes. You're going to be excited about Jetokwe.
Let's see it.
Jetokwe in the Volta region, Southton. Dilapidated building. Now they are moving into a new school. Furniture is going there. By tomorrow there will be furniture there. The school is going to be commissioned. You go to Azan in Yellow Krobo. Dilapidated school building. Now they have new buildings all across the country, and some of them interesting. The media brought our attention to it. We go in and we have a new building. So you look at this one. This is Jetokwe.
Oh, this is how the school was. On thatched leaves.
Yep. Southton.
This is the school. So this is like a school on a tree.
Yeah, yeah. You feel the tree is there, so when when the windstorm comes, it's going to be a school under tree soon. Now this has changed. The community is ecstatic. They can't believe.
Let's see the new one. Do you have the new one? Yeah. This. Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
This is the new one.
Yes.
This one.
Yes.
Hey, and they are moving in when?
This middle of next. This.
It's one of the 80.
Then you go to Azar. By the roadside stood what can be a 17th century school. And we've resigned ourselves to our fate that is good enough for Ghana. And
this one?
This one. Azar.
Where is it?
Yellow Krobo.
This is the school?
Yes. By the roadside. And the community is...
And a GES, it's a GES school?
Of course. It's a government school.
Oh. Government builds this or an individual builds it?
The community builds, the government absorbs and call it a government school, and then we don't go and look at them again.
So when we call them a government school, what do we give them? Why are they a government school? What kind of support are they getting? Is that a new one?
Yes, this is a new one.
Oh, wow. It looks quite simple, but the improvement is significant.
Significant. Go to
it means that it's just it's not money that was the issue. It is just a responsibility matter. It wasn't money.
And it's a vision matter.
It's a vision and
it's a
responsibility. It is not money.
You have to have a vision and say to yourself, things have to change. And once you are determined that things have to change, then you approach organization. There may be a project. Say,
so at least when it's raining, they can remain in the classroom.
Of course, they can remain in the classroom.
They can have a chat.
Yeah, as a partner here is a fascinating case.
And they can meet in the assembly in the middle.
Yes. You go to as a partner here in the building that was there, the students are in, and you cringe for somebody who you look at it and say, no, it can be better than this.
This is Asempana here?
Asempana here, yeah.
Wow.
I want teachers to wake up and can't wait to go to their schools. Because
they must be happy to go there.
Yes. And the school has to be the most beautiful building in the village.
Let's move on to the next segment. People are texting, sending me texts. They're asking me, ask Dr. Educhum, how are we converting all this into votes in December 7th?
You see, the thing is this. If you look at this.
This is Asempana.
Yeah. Change has come. And change must continue. It's a simple case that we are making to Ghanaians. And the case is this. Look at this school.
The new Asempana.
What it used to be.
Yeah, we've seen what they used to be. They should give us the
new Asempana.
Yeah, as quickly as they can. Yeah.
And you know that there's this idea that Ghana,
that's it.
Yes, this is the new Asempana. And then people talk about don't have a maintenance culture. And no country has maintenance culture, but they have a maintenance budget, and they have maintenance staff. So you see, this school comes at WC and they will have a cleaner there.
Oh, you adding that?
Oh yes.
And a budget for it?
Oh yes. Because it really doesn't make sense.
The maintenance is about budget.
Yes.
It's not a culture, it's budget.
No, there's nothing cultural.
It's not culture, it's budget.
Yeah, so these schools are all getting that. But let me take you to East Legon for the middle class.
Okay, let's pick
you
the East
are
Legon
going
one.
to see a school which by all standards matches any public school anywhere in the world. And if you're a middle class and you're spending 30 to 50% of your income.
This is it?
Yes. Of your
I like the first photograph that came. Why is it gone? The orange one. Is it going to come back? It's a video, okay. So this is, they are building it, they are putting it together.
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, this is the one I was looking for.
Yeah, this one is already complete. There are two buildings, 2 blocks. This block is done.
This is East Legon?
Oh yeah, East Legon. That one is done.
Is it a hostel or what's this?
No, it's a school. It's
Classrooms?
a public school. Classrooms, laboratories, everything.
But it's not just JSS or
It
primary.
goes from kindergarten to high school. It's a community school like GIS.
Kindergarten to SSS.
SSS. So you can go with your little siblings and you all be in the same school. So, of course, for the senior high school, day school. So this part is done. I actually visited this with the flag bearer. We had a nice time looking at what is inside.
Are you
there.
commissioning this soon?
Oh yes. This is one of the schools that.
Oh, this was the hall?
Yeah. We have 2 dining halls. One for the little ones and the.
Oh, it's a day school dining halls.
And this auditorium for the school.
This is oh, that's the vice president.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Was it an unannounced visit? It looked like there was no media. I just went to show it to him around.
Yeah, I want to show it to him. It was very short notice, so we didn't have a lot of media there. But he was super excited to stand in the assembly hall and of a public school. So
this is going to be a public
this
school.
Is a public school.
This facility is better than any.
Yeah, you don't pay anything to get here.
I can't. Nobody is going to believe that you don't pay anything to get there.
I love how the reception area looks like. I want parents.
The school has a reception.
Oh yes. I want parents to walk in there, drop off their children, turn
That's
back,
it.
and say to themselves, "This is a new Ghana."
Oh, this is truly a new Ghana.
That a new
Accra
Ghana.
STEM Academy.
Yes, where I don't have to pay tuition, I'm getting quality.
This is the school.
Yes.
Public school owned by government.
Yes.
It's free to attend.
Free to attend.
In Akufado's Ghana, I don't believe you, Dr. Edushiba. I don't believe you.
The website will be up.
This is serious.
Yeah, we're getting a website up. They gave me up to Monday for parents to apply. And you go there, you are keeping your money. If you're a medical doctor, you don't have to spend your hard-earned money on the education of your children. And
but this is better than Morning Star. This is better than Bishop Bowers. This is better than many of those schools in terms of the infrastructure.
That should be the
Christ
norm.
the King, Mofrat Road in Kumasi. It's better than
that should be the norm in this country.
How many of these schools do you hope to have if you have time in government for another 8 years?
We need 4,000 junior high schools across the country in different forms, in different sizes.
Okay.
And once you do that, you can totally revamp the junior high school. Then you turn your attention to the primary schools. You see, if you're a medical doctor and this facility has Bolgatanga, and they are transferring you there,
don't worry. You're fine.
Don't worry.
If this is a school that your children are going to go to.
And
what about the teachers?
If
Will they go?
Of course. If you're a nurse and you are being sent to a village where the public school is good, at minimum, you don't worry about the education of your children.
And your accommodation.
And that should be the norm across the length and breadth of this country. And I tell people.
But that's why Americans go and stay anywhere. You can stay in Arizona, you can stay in New York. It doesn't matter. We are transferred from Washington to wherever. It doesn't matter.
There's a commitment by the government that public school should be free and the quality should be enhanced. So when you are raising your children in America, the last thing you worry about is the cost of education before university.
It's at university that you worry.
Yes. If the schools are not good enough, you move to another community.
That's about it.
That's about it. And end of story. But it's not spending 30 to 50% of your income in paying school fees for 11 years. Then what happens to the middle class? How do you save when you are spending 50% of your income? This is a kindergarten.
In that school?
Public kindergarten, Domiko. This is we're building a number of these kindergartens across the country.
This is pre-class 1?
Yeah.
And this is government owned?
Government.
You're going free?
Free.
Teachers are going to be bathing the children and taking them around?
Yeah, this Domiko Avinya is a beautiful place. The president went to commission it. You have the smart board and all those things, and more of them are being built across the country.
You guys have done a lot of work.
Oh,
this is really transformational.
And this is why I want evidence-based communication, not to come and talk about what is in the pipeline and plans are far advanced. And no.
Or green book.
No. It is about, it is done. And if you want me to continue this, President Mahama Bawumia will give me a chance to continue this, and that's my message to Ghanaians.
But maybe John Mahama will give you a chance to.
I don't know about that. My president will give me a chance to do more of this, and I get excited when I see this, and sometimes I get emotional because I go to these schools and you look at St. Barnabas, and I look at how the place was like, and just a vision supported by a president, urged on by a president. You see, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, I call him the motivator in chief. I go to him, and the kind of words he will say to me, I come back and I can't wait to go back to work the next day and deliver for Ghanaians. He makes me know that I am truly appreciative of the work you have done. And once I hear those images, words coming from me, I want to do more for Ghana. My brother, it can be done. There's no doubt about it, but we need visionary leadership. We've been at this for a long time, and it's all about doing some small things. And there's no reason why we cannot do more. And this is what happened in this country, and we're going to do more. Take a look at some senior high schools that have been built. And it's unbelievable when you see that these senior high schools are in Ghana. Beautiful, better equipped than senior high schools in America. Some senior high schools in America. Let me take you to Awaso. It's a fascinating story.
Okay, let's look at Awaso and then we come and talk some more politics on the youth mobilization.
A school with 12 science labs. This is a chemistry lab.
Awaso is where?
Awaso. Western North.
Western North, okay.
Yes.
Towards the Ivory Coast border.
Yeah, Western North. This is it. Yeah.
So this is a senior high school.
Senior high school. They have, the interesting thing is that they have a fume chamber for chemistry experiment. Something that you see at the universities. A smart board is there. The teacher is happy with a smart board, can touch the screen, and anything that he wants to see is coming. There's a fume chamber in the chemistry lab at Awaso. You go to Abomusu, you're going to see the same equipment there. You go to Diaso, you're going to see it there. You go to Kwasi, you're going to see it there. These are all new high schools that have been built by this government, fully equipped. And when I hear people talk about the NPP have destroyed the education system, I ask myself, which planet do they live on? This is evidence-based communication. This is a high school in Ghana, built by Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, and there are about 10 of them. And now we are going to open one of the best in Ghana at Weja, here in Accra. And I call it the high school with the most beautiful.
Senior high or junior high?
Senior high.
Let's see the Weja one, and then let's get ready to talk politics. Is it going to come? Okay, somebody sends me a text and says that, good evening, Paul. Charlie, look, this is your MPP people, pa. How can they be doing such phenomenal work in the education sector and they are so mute about it? This is serious transformational leadership. This is more than visionary leadership. Why are they not talking about these phenomenal exploits? MPP should learn to talk. Free senior high school alone is the election winning ticket. That alone, if they focus on that, they have won this election.
So there's Weja.
There's a concern. Where is the Weja? Okay, let's see it.
It's so beautiful. You stand there and you look at the lake.
Oh, that's a Weja lake.
Yes. So there's a high school.
All these buildings is one school.
Yeah, one school.
Boarding. It's called what?
Weja. This is a Global Studies Academy. They will do international studies.
Senior high. And it's called Global Studies Academy.
Yeah,
like a specialized thing.
Specialized thing. Because you see, when you talk about Ghana's role in the world, and you talk about Africa Free Trade Area and all those things, one of the things you're going to see is that the high schools are not preparing the future generation of Ghanaians who can take advantage of that.
So you're already teaching them global trade, global facilitation.
Trade will be taught in this school. Geography,
in SS. So they'll do history, they'll do economics,
geography, and then they have their STEM infused, and then doing coding.
And they are boarding.
In Weja.
It's attractive.
Yes.
Has it opened?
No, we're opening this year. So
the first admissions are going in this year?
Yeah, this year. The headmaster has been appointed.
But they have a really beautiful view of the lake. The students are going to have a good time.
Yeah, you catch your breath from the classroom and looking at the lake, and it's just beautiful.
The fascinating thing is that you go in free. It's government.
It's free. It's government.
It's unbelievable.
So the kind of thing that are happening in this country, the kind of transformation that's happening in the case, it's never happened before. And we are not living the existing schools to say, oh, we are not coming to you. We are building STEM labs. Go to Fijai. They have a STEM center. Build there. In Fansipim, they're getting a STEM center. Jine is getting a STEM center. So they too can do STEM. And then they get the science labs to go with it. So, my brother, the point of the matter is that Nana Danko Kufuado has done something. I call him he did we done Manifesto Plus. We didn't promise Ghanaians that we're going to do STEM and transform the country through STEM. We're going to do new high school courses, but we've done it because it's the right thing to do. We didn't promise Ghanaians that give us a chance and aviation and aerospace will be taught in our schools. It has happened. Go to Efia Kubiampem girls. It's so fascinating when you go to the school and see the children flying drones. In fact, they are probably the only high school in the world for tarmac for flying drones.
Oh, wow.
It's fascinating. What the girls are doing, and now there are a number of schools, about 13 of them are going to do aviation courses in high school. So you see the drone here, we've shown this around the world. And
Lukman is a former president of NUCS. He's writing to us. He says that, hello, Paul, many of these schools are far better equipped than the university I attended in Germany for my master's degree. This is the new dawn we have always yearned for. Indeed, it's development in freedom.
So you see there.
Oh, that's a drone runway.
It's taking off. That's a runway.
Which school is this?
Efia Kubiampem girls.
Girls' school?
Yeah, girls' school.
And they are building drones?
Yes. And
the girls?
Oh, yes, and flying them. In fact, Zipline saw this and they came to meet with me to see how they can support our high schools to do more. 13 schools are now going to be doing it this year. And it's fascinating when you see the kind of thing they can do. The one aspect of this is that the girls, after they did the drone, they said, no, why can't we do a remote control boat and put it on the Atlantic Ocean and we'll control it remotely and it will be on the ocean. They went to the Western Naval Command, they built a prototype, the Navy checked it, and it lacked stability. They went back and they did it. You see, they are doing woodwork.
These are girls?
Yeah.
Cutting the thing like that?
Yes, and they are doing woodwork. See, STEM.
So these girls are what,
15,
16, 17?
16. And they do woodwork. So TVET and STEM is coming together.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah, for transformation.
We are becoming like Germany.
Yes, so they do the woodwork so that they can use that design, the remote controlled boat. After they finished that, they went to Takoradi, and the Navy helped them to deploy it on the Atlantic Ocean.
That's it.
Yeah, that is it. The Ghana flag is on, and in the next few minutes, you're going to see this boat on the ocean, and it will be going.
And it's built by girls.
The girls at
from Efiakobi.
Efiakobi and from girls.
And where is the school? Which region?
Ashanti region. It used to be called Achumamine many years ago. Built by
I know that Achumamine name. Yeah.
Yeah. So you see, and they are remotely controlling it. And in fact, they are fitting this thing with cameras in such a way that it can take images of things under the ocean, so it can come onto your iPad.
These are girls who have not yet had tertiary education.
No.
This is amazing.
So the kind of things that are happening, it's unbelievable. And then I tell people that, do we have to press the reset button on this? Do we have to truly stop this? So that we are pressing a reset button and everything is going to be done again because something wrong is taking place in this country? You can't go back. We need to go forward. And you look at this and you say to yourself, everything is possible in Ghana. You see,
somebody says that, Senior, please, can MPP, our beloved party, employ some of us to communicate free on some of these projects? The Duchum has shocked everybody this evening, and all of us are sending texts to each other. Where was this? Where was that? He said, in fact, my wife is amazed, and she's now changed her mind to vote for the MPP, just watching you for the last 10 minutes.
I have one.
No, there's a concern coming from all the text messages. Now, why has the story not been told?
They should come and see me. Look, we have to. Look at this. This is a high school. And it's the structure is unbelievable. All across the country, you are seeing this. And now we are not limiting to high schools.
Which area is this? Which school is this?
I think this one is the Sewell School.
Is that junior high or senior high?
This is senior high. And the fascinating thing is that we are not leaving the whole progress to senior high schools. We're also lifting junior high schools up. We are lifting primary schools up. I took a visit to Asim Boys, a surprise visit, and I went to Asim Boys. Interestingly, the school had been abandoned. In that school, I had only 5 students in the class. The middle class have left the public school. And today, next to that old building, we have a new school coming up, which is going to be a school for gifted and talented education. GATE has come to Ghana. The president, about 2 months ago, Cabinet approved gifted and talented education.
What's that?
It is identifying children who are so talented, but somehow can't find their colleagues and can't sit together with them to be motivated to innovate and do some great things. So gifted and talented education has been done in America and other countries for years.
So this is where some of the borrowing has gone to.
Definitely.
Because the campaign talks about borrowing. Okay, Francis Asiam, MPP stalwart, formerly for the NDC, now says that the highest greeting and appellation to the visionary, can-do spirited, indefatigable, versatile, dedicated, workaholic, affable Minister for Education, in fact, Ghana is moving forward. This current education and digitalization momentum and strategy push will surely turn the corner for Ghana. Today, dear, I should read her text because Trump is winning. Dr. Duchum doesn't like to hear that. He's a Democrat. Trump is winning hands down with less than 275 to 316 electoral college votes plus popular votes. Good luck to Donald Trump, 45th and 47th POTUS. Anyway, okay, Francis, a text message duly read. Okay, somebody says, I'm addicted to Good Evening Ghana. I wish I had a canned version. I'm so proud of what you are doing. This man is just simply great. Osei Oduchum, when are you running for president?
No trouble. No, I don't want any trouble.
So, Carlos Ahinkra, Member of Parliament, he says that this is Carlos. We are all fascinated. The MP's platform is sharing your interview. So why will Ghanaians see this and vote to change? Change for what? Educhum, God bless you. That's from Carlos Ahinkra. Okay, so everyone seems to be sharing the same view that why has Educhum not said, talked about this so long, that long, since long? Because he says he's now launching
the world. But you see, you can't be the best in the world when your education system is just promoting memorization.
Yes.
I had a fascinating meeting with the West African Examination Council about 4 months ago, before the BEC.
Yeah.
Because you know we have a new curriculum at the junior high school. So they were going to write the first exams.
Okay, so the exam just taken recently is on the new curriculum, which has history.
Yes. So I asked them to come and see me in the office so that they can show me the table of specification. You see, contrary to what most people think, we are supposed to tell WAEC how we want them to assess the children.
Okay.
Why should not be dictating to us?
Based on our needs and based on what we want the children to know.
To know.
Yeah.
So if you want critical thinkers in Ghana, how do you allow WAEC to do an examination system that has over 50% at the lowest level of learning, which is remembering?
Memorization.
We have 6 levels of learning. Remembering is the first and the lowest. If you want critical thinkers, you run away from memorization. There's something called the New Bloom's taxonomy. So if you look here, remember is the lowest.
The New Bloom's taxonomy.
This is how teachers are trained to write their lessons so that children become critical thinkers. You see, many years ago in Ghana, you go to the sixth form and you did logic and reasoning.
Yes, yes.
As a course, because they wanted you to think.
Yes.
Then we took it away. But in America, they did not do it as a separate course, but every subject is supposed to have critical thinking.
Or as part of it.
As part of it. Then, so we borrowed the American system, took away the logic and reasoning, no O-level and A-level, but we did not ensure that we have critical thinking embedded in the coursework in our exams. So you see, remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, create is the highest level of learning. And that's why I believe visual artists are the best and brightest students we have.
So it's remember.
Yes.
That's basic.
The basic.
Understand, next level.
Yes, apply.
Those of us who couldn't remember were using understanding. So if you are not there, you are in trouble.
Apply.
Apply
you
are moving up. That's complicated.
But analyze, evaluate, and create.
That's where the issue is. So, at the university level, it should all be create, especially for arts students.
So what is happening? They came and met with me. They showed me the table of specifications for a certain course. 20 out of the 40 questions were on remember.
Wow.
Another 10 was on understand. Another 10, the last one was on apply. Analyze, evaluate, create was not there.
So they didn't have any questions that is testing the students' capacity to analyze, and to evaluate, and to create.
So I told them, and I made a comment that I'm sorry, but the tail is wagging the dog here. You are determining the leaders of this country in the future. We are determining the kind of children we are raising in Ghana, and no. So they went back and they came back with another table of education. At least 40% of the questions were on 4, 5, and 6. So people will tell you the exams was difficult. But this
was 4, 5, and 6 what? Apply, analyze, create, evaluate, and create.
Yeah, analyze, evaluate, and create was out. And it was added.
Wow.
So at the end of the day, it's not just quality infrastructure and not just the fact that the children are going to school, but who they become is first and foremost the most critical thing we need to do. And we can't have an examination regime that focuses on remember, understand. Because people think that you design your curriculum, you do instruction, and then you assess. So they say, oh, the test comes last. But it's not the case. Teachers, if we did not change these questions, were not, the next year, they were not going to teach at the highest level possible. They were going to sanitize the curriculum.
I don't know whether you've seen this report, but when you come on TV, people send me, oh, Business Insider Africa, top 10 African countries with the highest quality of education. Ghana is second, 84.5%. Tunisia is first, 93.1%. Have you seen that report?
I haven't seen this.
It's just coming in now.
I'm not surprised, and we'll get to one.
It's 31st October.
We'll get to one.
So Ghana is now second. Namibia is third. Mauritius 4, Togo 5, Cape Verde, Morocco, South Africa, but Ghana is second on 84.5. That's impressive.
We will get there, and we'll be the best. Now, TV transformation is outstanding. You go to Brewer on Cape Coast Road, and the town will tell you the place has changed because we revamped the Brewer school, MVTI, and now it's a technical institute, equipment, everything is there. This Enyinam in the eastern region, and they have this new TVET school. Everything that you want to see in a TVET school anywhere in the world is here at Enyinam. 10 key projects built by Italians, paid for by government, with everything that you need to have.
Wow.
A number of TVET schools, even in East Legon, there's a TVET school right behind the Accra STEM Academy. It's Accra Applied Technology Institute, a new TVET school with everything that you want to see.
The next level of conversation people wanted me to ask you, I know that I have time, we don't have time for that today, was to say that all these people that you are training, where are you easing them into?
You see, when the Frank Berra talk about creating 1 million IT jobs, right? Some people don't understand. But if you have students doing coding at different levels, these are students that you can easily prepare, not just to work in Ghana, but stay in Ghana and work for companies abroad. I had a great meeting with Cisco, the idea of networking. Huawei is challenging them a bit, and they are the network.
They are the giants of
networking. Giants of networking, and they train the next generation. Now they want to come to Ghana.
Oh, I see. Cisco set up in Ghana.
Oh yeah,
to train.
To train, and we'll start from the high schools and technical school. Train Cisco certified network engineers at the lower level. By the time they finish high school, they are working. They can work remotely for a number of companies. That's what Indians are doing. So these days, it's not about, the industry is not growing that fast, therefore don't speed up. It depends upon the courses that you are offering in high school and beyond. You see, we've created a high school system where we think everything is about preparation for college. And that we are not giving them the skills that will enable them to work. You rarely see a high school student walking into your office.
It used to be with the old system. They go to banks.
Yes.
They go to police, the military.
And they have a skill.
Yeah.
They write well. And that is why today, as I speak with you, we've introduced an intervention course that if you come to a high school and you can't write well, you're going to take 2 English classes the first year. One is going to teach you how to write and write well before you move on to the second year and the third year. So the bottom line is this. We have identified gaps in our education system. We're saying to ourselves, if we're going to create a more robust economy, lay a strong foundation so that the economy doesn't just get shocked and before you know you are begging the IMF, then we have to take a look at the education system and look at how do you create an education system that brings about innovation. That's why I'm super excited to see UMatt and Pentecost University offering engineering coursework to students who did not do science but did visual arts, for example.
Oh, they've started?
Oh, yes, they've started. They went to level 300. And UMass Vice Chancellor will tell you that they are doing better than those who did science.
I see.
You see, a visual artist can look at you and draw you. Engineering came from art. And then when you do engineering drawing. But the person who can draw is not being supported and helped to become an engineer. So who are engineers? When those who can innovate and look at you, draw you, cannot design bridges.
And it's those who can memorize and calculate equations. So then you're going to have an engineering that doesn't innovate. And that's the story of Ghana. We've been saying it all the time, that our engineers they can't build anything. They only build traffic lights. After 20 years of shouting, they started building traffic lights. So now because we are not bringing in the creatives.
They are not in. So we are not saying lower the standard, but what we are saying is simple. They come in, they didn't do physics and chemistry, which is important for engineering. You are giving them 1 year intensive physics, chemistry, and math. So you see, if you look at it, if they did science, biology, chemistry, and physics in 3 years, together with 4 other courses. So if they come and do only science by itself for 1 year, it is just as those who did the science for 3 years in addition to other courses. Because when they are doing the pre-engineering, they are not doing any other subject. They've already passed that. So I tell the story of Kojo Mensah, who had a dream and God was talking to him, and God said, Kojo, you're going to be the best engineer in the world. And he said, God, it can't be me. I'm growing up in Ghana. I'm doing visual arts. Nobody will allow me to become an engineer. So the bottom line is that don't lower your standards. But if somebody has a fierce determination that want to do something, these are 14 and 15-year-olds who made a decision that they wanted to do home economics. They wanted to do arts. They wanted to do this. And you are saying to them, we will never allow you to change, even if you have an epiphany. We will never allow you to change. Determined individuals do great things in their country and for their country. So we have to break those barriers for Ghanaian youth to say, I can and I'm going to be. Why do you tell a Ghanaian youth that you can be a network engineer because you didn't do science? When other youth in other places around the world are coming to network engineering with creative skills from visuals and others, and they are innovating in their space, and we are the ones who are putting barriers in the way of the children and telling them, because we didn't do the same thing during our time, you will never be able to do it. So I'm grateful to Pentecost and I'm grateful to UMass that they had an open mind. By the way, other universities also submitted their application. We created,
is that them?
Yes. And it's about 50-50, 50 girls, 50% girls, 50% boys. And now they're doing pre-engineering, going to level 300. So the bottom line, my brother, is this. We have to begin to tell ourselves, how do we create a country where innovation and creativity will be at the forefront? How do we provide an environment where this creativity can be nurtured? How do we ensure that we don't create two Ghanas? One Ghana for the rich, Ghana for the poor. The talent of the poor is not being tapped into, and we are just tapping into a small pool of talent from those who are well-to-do. When all your medical doctors and engineers are coming from our background, our children from our homes, what happens to those in the villages who are also equally talented and probably more resilient? They go outside and walk around. Children are home, we are protecting them. And these resilient children don't have the opportunity to become engineers and medical doctors because they happen to be in the rural areas. They never saw a beaker at the junior high school, and they don't do on the science enough to be allowed to do.
The line of text messages now says that when is Educhum coming again? He has to come every week before the election.
I'm available. You see, these are the new courses we are doing in high school.
Some people say that the minister has forgotten about one of his biggest achievements, the Creative Arts School in Kumasi. Tell him to talk about it.
Oh, yes, it's coming. And we are doing phase 1 opening first year. And actually, this school where we are recruiting students from around the country. Next week, the headmaster will hit the road and do audition across the country to get a talent to come there from all the regions of Ghana, and they are coming to Kumasi. And these young men and women are going to really upgrade our creative space and make sure that we improve whatever we're doing, the creative aspect. It's a very important aspect of what we should be doing. Wow. And that's why I'm so happy that now we are not just doing visual arts, we're also doing performing arts in high school. Because it doesn't make sense.
Performing arts in high school, so you can get people. At the beginning of this interview, I interviewed some young men who do skits and all those things.
Yeah.
So you're going to start getting that kind of quality straight from high school.
And these are individuals who would then say, I want to go to the university and do more. And by the way, they also do science in addition to the creative arts. So just like I said, that we don't need integrated science. That's your pathway. You can add your creative arts and do it for 3 years as a science student. Because you see, sci-fi
so as SHS.
Yes.
Then you're doing creative arts.
Yes. And then those who want to do creative arts would then add music and other things to the one creative arts course that they're going to be doing, performing arts that they're going to be doing. But there's so much happening in Ghana in the education space. It's really, really putting us in a space where in the next few years, edutourism will be on the increase. Even now, about a month ago, I had Tanzania coming, I had Liberia coming,
Wow.
They all were coming to come and see what we have done in Ghana and how we can support them to do same. And we traveled to Jamaica on their invitation. They saw the work we've done and they couldn't believe it. But you see, the free senior high school that people sometimes say, oh, it's bad and we haven't done this, and there are others who are saying, I'm coming to review. What are you going to be reviewing? Reviewing for me means that you're going to make sure every child is coming and they are not left behind. Let me show you a graph. And it's a fascinating story of what is going on in Ghana. Transition from junior high to high school, Northern region is the highest.
Transition from junior to senior high.
For every 100 students who qualify to go to high school in the north, 95% last year reported. And they report early on.
95?
Out of 100.
Wow.
Go to high school from the northern region.
From junior high?
From junior high to high school.
Okay, that's a graph you have
yes.
there.
Northeast and Savannah is 94%. And Upper East is 92%. Upper West is 89%. That's the lowest in the north. But the lowest in the north is higher than any rate in the south.
I see.
Volta region is 76%.
Wow.
Central is about 78%.
I see.
And now, when you hear the president talking about, let me have the free secondary education bill, some people don't understand that part of the bill is the free compulsory universal secondary education as a provision in it.
Somebody says, where can all these updates be seen? Can't Dr. Duchum put it on some page? Paul, create a TikTok page for him and keep loading the way you do it on your page so that Dr. Duchum can
put
have
it to work.
Yes.
So if you look at what is going on, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, if there's a review about secondary, it should be how we improve the numbers for those regions that are not
showing.
That is what we should be doing. Talking about it has not been.
Another person says, Dr. Duchum shows that a person does not have to be at the very top to make such a powerful change. We thank Nanado for scouting him and pulling him out of Los Angeles. Okay.
So Opokwari is the story.
Yes. What's Opokwari's story?
Being converted to a smart school. Classrooms are changing. They have their tablets. And a number of schools have their tablets, but they will have 500,000.
Oh, the tablets you were distributing is gone?
Yes.
To SSS people?
Yes. 500,000 is almost gone now.
Wow.
And we are looking forward to the next phase. But this is a classroom at Opokwari. You see the smart board there. And our goal, we are working on getting...
Is this a laboratory or a classroom?
This is a classroom.
And everybody's holding a laptop?
Yes. Everyone. It's one-to-one.
Oh, so that's how they learn in school these days?
Yes.
In Ghana?
In Ghana. This is where we are going.
Wow.
One-to-one learning.
Free.
Learning management.
Do they have internet connectivity?
No, they do.
Free?
Yes. We are now really revamping it to the extent that it will be campus-wide.
For the internet?
Internet.
So anywhere you are, you can
Anywhere you are, you can. So you look at this, and these are the students at the Opokwari. The campus is changing. 15 classrooms are going to be getting smart boards. And in fact, teachers are going to have their classrooms and students will go to them. Because you see, that is the story of how secondary education is done around the world. When the teacher is in charge, look at this environment. It's so inviting. If my classrooms look like this, learning will be different.
Yes, it will be.
So that is where we are heading, that classrooms become different. And that you have decoration. And that's what is done around the world in secondary education. In developed countries, when you enter a classroom, it's the teacher's classroom. Decorated, projector is there ready to teach. The child sit down and hear the teacher.
Those
the issue about people collecting money. I always tell parents that we have worked. We even have a toll-free number. The idea that somebody comes to you, and there are people who go to vulnerable parents who want their children in certain schools, and I do this for you. We've seen it over and over. There are times when parents submit their request to the Solution Center and then pay money to somebody. And the Solution Center does the work and somebody collects the money for free.
Wow.
Yeah, because I also want them to understand we are there for them. I remember walking into a school, I think it was Osu Presec, and there was a child who had been placed there. He was coming from Kaswa. He said, "Hey, get in here." Right there on the spot, I called the Solution Center and we sent him to Accra Academy. And that is what we are about. We want to facilitate the process for you so that education doesn't become too burdensome, especially for parents who need help the most. And you have to help the poor to get access to education. And I always tell people that we are here for you. Don't pay money to anybody. If you go to the Solution Center, we have dedicated coordinator, Ms. Afra is there. Ask for her. She will do everything possible to change your situation. Please do not pay money to unscrupulous individuals who actually don't do anything for you. They just lie to you, take your money, and when the work is done by the Solution Center, they walk away free with your money. So please, we shouldn't allow that. And in terms of, we are now making provision for the cost to be printed. In fact, we are moving online, getting report cards to be printed, and parents will have access to that information easily. But also want the general community. We are looking at billboards with information on it, social media.
To tell people that they don't have to pay.
Tell people that they don't have to. And a parent, unsuspecting parents will say, "Oh, it's a bill." So we need to make sure we get the public to know how much their tax CDs is working for the little ones that we are raising. And therefore, we'll do everything possible for the information to be out so that people fully understand. And I'm not going to be coming here, but we have channel MOE.
Ministry of Education.
Ministry of Education has its own TV station.
And it's on the NCA platform.
Yes. Okay. So our goal is to make sure that everything that we've done, people get to know. I should be coming here. Yeah.
Now that you have a TV station,
the next 5 weeks before the election, I'm available. I have to make sure that.
Who is your NDC counterpart, Dr. Clement Park? Is he the ranking member of your committee in Parliament?
No, not you.
Oh, not you is the ranking.
Yeah.
But Park seems to be the one who speaks quite a bit. He's the deputy.
I want Ghana to know that something great is happening.
Yeah.
And it's happening under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Bawumia government. They gave me the freedom to innovate and guided me where I needed guidance. The president made it very clear to me when he first met me in America and helped him visited my school and so on, and said, "Please, can you come to Ghana and help me change the education system?" And I asked him, "What is it that you really, really want to change?" He said, "I'm bringing free secondary education, and Americans were the first to bring your ideas." He made me a deputy minister, and now I'm minister for education. Coming from a background where my mom didn't go to school, my dad didn't go to school, sitting in this seat is a miracle. And the kind of miracle I want Ghanaian children to know and understand. If you are watching me from a deprived community, so me, oh baby, I will hear, I want you to know that there's better day ahead of you. Who said? Once that maybe mommy and school, maybe papa and school, me education minister. Also, ubetimi aya the kese class and so education minister. Me mama am ko school apa ko school ba ko see schools ma e mo ye adwuma ma me e ko fun say na dan ko for the catch say me mragana e me bo an ensam busua. Say wo hwe me. Na niema aye dia ma wo hu say wo da chin bitimi aye fe asen me de. Enti you who ne suade na ade na nado dan ko na wo kon so aye hu suade na wo da chin aye fe na do nim de abaye adwuma kese asen ama Ghana ban. If papa no dokoko na make us can school crowd no ni scout do we kono kakra me coin nim there ebit me am so grateful that I came here. I want Ghanaians to know that the better days of this country is ahead of us and not behind us. Let's force forward. Let us change Ghana and make it the best country anybody can ever live in. And that is the kind of country I seek to create. President Mahama Bawumia will give me the opportunity to continue this way. So all those who love me around the country, I know there are quite a number of you, vote for my brother Mahama Bawumia. Because when you vote for him, you have also given me an opportunity to serve you once more.
I have nothing more. America will be voting that day, but we'll be here as well talking about everything. We'll continue to serialize the book from Tuesday as we go out and give you the dates for the launch. Thanks for watching. Good night.